Today, we're diving into a topic that I know is on so many people's minds, especially here in North Carolina: home ownership. Diane, you know how challenging it can be to save for that crucial down payment, right?
Absolutely, Sean. It's often the biggest hurdle for potential homeowners. You can manage the monthly mortgage, but that upfront lump sum, that's where a lot of dreams hit a snag. It really is the gatekeeper to getting your own place.
Exactly. And that's why I'm so excited about what we're going to talk about today. There's some genuinely fantastic news for North Carolinians looking to buy a home. The state has really stepped up to make homeownership more accessible.
Oh, do tell. I'm already on the edge of my seat. Are we talking about new programs, expanded eligibility, or something else entirely? Because anything that helps people get into a home is a win in my book.
All of the above, Diane. The North Carolina Housing Finance Agency recently announced significant expansions to its down payment assistance programs. We're talking about more people becoming eligible for affordable mortgages and potentially a whopping $15,000 in down payment assistance.
$15,000. Sean, that's not just a little boost. That's a game changer for many families. Seriously, that could cover a significant chunk, if not all, of a down payment for a first-time home buyer, or even closing costs.
Precisely. This isn't just a small adjustment, it's a substantial enhancement. It's primarily through two key programs: the NC Home Advantage Mortgage Program and the NC First Home Advantage Down Payment Program. And the biggest headline is that they've increased the income and sales price limits.
Okay, that's crucial. Raising those limits means a broader range of North Carolinians who might have been just outside the previous thresholds can now qualify. It opens up doors for so many more people. Who exactly are we talking about now being eligible?
The income limits have been raised across the board, so individuals and families earning more than before can now access these benefits. And it's not just for first-time homebuyers anymore, which is a common misconception. Even move-up buyers, people looking to get into a different home, can potentially qualify.
That's huge, Sean. Move-up buyers means people who might already own a home but need to relocate for work, or their family is growing, or they just need a change. They often face the same down payment hurdles as first-timers, especially with current market values.
Right. Think about it. Someone might have some equity in their current home, but if the market has appreciated significantly, their next down payment could still be daunting. So this isn't just about getting people into the market, it's about helping people move within the market too, fostering a healthy housing ecosystem.
So let's break down this $15,000 assistance. Is it a grant? Is it a loan? And what's the catch, Sean? Because typically when you hear free money, there's always a little asterisk.
Great question, Diane, and it's an important distinction. The $15,000 is a 0% interest deferred second mortgage. So yes, technically it's a loan, but it's deferred, meaning you don't make monthly payments on it. And here's the best part, it's forgivable.
Forgivable? Okay, now you've really got my attention. How does that work? Is it like after a certain number of years, poof, it's gone?
Essentially, yes. If you stay in your home for 15 years, the loan is completely forgiven, $0 owed. But even better, if you sell or refinance after 10 years, a portion of it is prorated and forgiven. So every year after year 10, a percentage of that loan is wiped clean.
That's incredible. So if life happens and you need to move after, say, 12 years, you're not on the hook for the full $15,000. It acknowledges that people's lives change and offers flexibility. It's not handcuffing people to a property for an arbitrary length of time.
Exactly. It really reduces the long-term financial burden and risk. It's designed to genuinely support sustainable home ownership. And this assistance can be used not just for the down payment, but also for closing costs, which can often add up to thousands of dollars on their own.
Closing costs are a silent killer for so many. You scrape together the down payment, and then bam, here come thousands more for fees, title insurance, appraisals. It's a lot. So having that $15,000 buffer for those unexpected costs is huge.
It truly is. It provides that much-needed breathing room. And Diane, it gets even better. This program can be combined with something called a Mortgage Credit Certificate, or MCC.
An MCC? I'm familiar with that, But for our listeners who might not be, could you quickly explain what that means in practical terms for their finances?
Of course, an MCC allows homeowners to claim a federal tax credit for a portion of the mortgage interest they pay each year. It's not a deduction, which lowers your taxable income, but a direct credit, which reduces your tax liability dollar for dollar. So it essentially puts more money back into your pocket every year you own your home.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this, you can get $15,000 for a down payment or closing costs, which is forgivable, and then on top of that, you can get a tax credit every year? That's a powerful combination that significantly lowers the overall cost of homeownership.
Exactly right, Diane. It really creates a comprehensive package to make homeownership not just attainable, but also more affordable in the long run. It's a testament to the NC Housing Finance Agency's commitment to supporting its residents.
So who actually administers these programs? Is it directly through the state, or do people go through a lender they're already working with?
It's administered by the NC Housing Finance Agency, but you access these benefits through participating lenders. So the first step for anyone interested would be to contact a mortgage lender who works with the NC Home Advantage programs. They'll be able to guide you through the specific eligibility requirements and the application process.
That's a key piece of information. So it's not a direct application to the state for the money, but rather part of the mortgage application process itself. That probably makes it smoother for applicants, as it's all handled by their lender.
Precisely. Your lender will be your primary point of contact and will help you navigate all the paperwork and ensure you meet the criteria. It streamlines the whole process, making it less overwhelming for buyers.
Let's talk about the impact for a moment. We're seeing rising interest rates, home prices have been quite high, and inventory can still be tight in certain areas of North Carolina. How do these programs specifically help combat those challenges?
That's a crucial point, Diane. In a high-cost environment, having that $15,000 instantly boosts your buying power. It means you might not have to settle for a smaller home or delay your purchase for years while you save. It allows you to compete more effectively in the market.
So instead of needing, say, $30,000 for a down payment and closing, you might only need $15,000 out of pocket. That's a substantial difference for someone trying to get their foot in the door.
Exactly. And for those who might have struggled to come up with even a minimal down payment, this opens up avenues they didn't have before. It turns a maybe someday into a potentially now, which is incredibly empowering.
I imagine it also helps people avoid things like higher interest rates that come with smaller down payments, or even having to pay private mortgage insurance, or PMI, for longer. Does that factor into it?
It absolutely can. By helping you reach that higher down payment threshold, you might be able to avoid PMI altogether, or at least get rid of it sooner. And a stronger down payment can sometimes lead to more favorable loan terms, though that varies, of course. It just gives you a better starting position.
It sounds like a really well thought out program. What about specific counties? Are there any limitations on where in North Carolina you can use this, or is it statewide?
It's statewide, Diane, which is another great aspect of these expanded programs. The eligibility has been broadened to include more counties and more individuals. So wherever you are in North Carolina, if you meet the income and sales price limits, you could potentially benefit.
That's fantastic news for rural areas as well, where sometimes resources like this can be scarcer. It truly levels the playing field for homeownership across the entire state.
Completely agree. It's about ensuring that the dream of owning a home isn't just for those in the major metropolitan areas. It's for everyone who calls North Carolina home and meets the program's guidelines.
So for someone listening right now, maybe they've been saving for years, or they just started thinking about buying. What's their very first step? Where do they go for more information, beyond just listening to us, of course?
The absolute best first step is to visit the NC Housing Finance Agency's website. They have all the updated information on income limits, sales price limits, and a list of participating lenders. Or, if you already have a mortgage lender you trust, ask them if they work with the NC Home Advantage programs.
That's good advice. It's always best to get the most current information directly from the source, because these things can change, and you want to be sure you're getting accurate details for your specific situation.
Absolutely. Don't assume anything. Do your homework, connect with a qualified lender, and see if these programs align with your homeownership goals. It could be the difference between renting and owning your own piece of North Carolina.
You know, Sean, I think one of the most exciting aspects of this is the hope it offers. For so long, people have felt priced out or that saving for a down payment was an insurmountable obstacle. This really breathes new life into those aspirations.
It really does, Diane. It's about providing tangible solutions to a very real problem. And with interest rates being what they are and home prices still elevated in many areas, anything that can ease that initial financial burden is a huge positive.
I can only imagine the conversations happening at kitchen tables across the state now. Hey, did you hear? We might actually be able to do this. It's exciting.
Exactly. And it's not just for those first-time buyers. Imagine a growing family who needs more space but thought they couldn't afford to make that move. This could be their ticket to a bigger home in a better school district. It's about meeting people where they are in life.
That flexibility for move-up buyers is key. Life stages change and housing needs change with them. It's a smart design to include them because it keeps the housing market fluid and allows families to adapt.
Right. It's about recognizing the diverse needs of homeowners across the state. Whether you're a young professional, a growing family, or someone looking to downsize later in life, homeownership remains a cornerstone of financial stability and personal well-being.
And the fact that it's a 0% interest, deferred loan that can be forgiven, that's what makes it so appealing. It's not adding another payment onto an already tight budget. It truly is assistance, not just another debt.
It's a hand up, not a handout, right? It empowers people to make that investment in themselves and their future, and it encourages long-term residency, which is good for communities.
Absolutely. Stable homeowners tend to invest more in their communities, in schools, in local businesses. It has a ripple effect that benefits everyone in North Carolina.
So to recap for our listeners, if you're in North Carolina and you've been dreaming of buying a home or moving into a new one, investigate the NC Home Advantage Mortgage and the NC First Home Advantage down payment programs. That $15,000 in forgivable assistance could be your golden ticket.
And remember to check those updated income and sales price limits because they've likely changed in your favor. Don't self-disqualify. A quick call to a participating lender or a visit to the NC Housing Finance Agency website is all it takes to find out.
Exactly. It's time to turn those homeownership dreams into reality. What an exciting time for North Carolinians looking to buy a home. Diane, thanks for breaking this down with me today.
My pleasure, Sean. It's always great to share good news, especially when it empowers people to achieve such a significant life goal. We hope this information helps many of you out there.
Indeed. So until next time, keep those homeownership dreams alive and start exploring your options. We'll catch you on the next episode.